10 सेकंद पुढे मागे जातं ते झालं पण चालू करू का? बोलू का? Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Indira Group of Institutes, Indira College of Commerce and Science, we welcome you for this Power Play 6 days workshop for BBA and BCA students for their entrance examination, that is for the CET preparation. Why Power Play? Because, yeah, we are going to finish this in 6 days. As we say, 6 hours of Power Play in a cricket match is what we are going to have. But yes, we are going to have fun. We're going to have good trainers over here onboarding you people for multiple topics as what is to be covered in your CET. Now, when we say about Indira Group of Institutes, Indira College of Commerce and Science, we have a legacy of 30 years where we have always groomed students and I've always believed in giving the best to the society. Our always motive was to create responsible citizens, to give the best to the society and to the nation building. We have created students who have got best entrepreneurs with best businesses. We have got good employees. We have got good employers on board with us. So here we are going to have the 6 days where we believe that we're going to have the next set of students whom we need to groom. So it's not about just having students over here just for teaching them. No, we want to groom them and get the best talent with us. That is why we are here for you people. So this 6 days is something where we'll be covering all those topics which we need to cover in the CET. Let me just put on the presentation so that you people will see what all things we'll be covering over here. Yes, so let's see what all things we'll be covering over here for your 6 days program. So we would be having these 4 core areas that would be covering. That would be English language, reasoning, which includes your verbal and arithmetics, general knowledge and awareness, and computer basics. So what details in this would be covered? So we would be covering over here in English language about comprehension, questions based on contents, grammar, vocabulary, sentence completion, synonyms, antonyms, comprehensions of passages. Then we have under reasoning, we'll be covering questions relating to capability of students, how they would be capable to reason on verbal as well as arithmetic areas. General knowledge and awareness, which includes national, international affairs, cultural, trade, commerce, sports, science, inventions and discoveries, computer basics, which includes central processing unit. You'll be having structures and instructions on CPU, input, output devices, computer memory, memory organizations, backup devices, system softwares and applications, basics of internets, and so on. So we would be going this, and we have not believed only to concise ourselves to this, but we would be going one step ahead to give you more detailed information. So whatever questions and queries you would be having during the session, feel free to come back to your teachers to get bit more information from them so that your preparation for your CET is the best. That is what we want you to do. So this 6 days, this compact 6 days of our play, as I mentioned, whatever you have for your workshop preparation, use the best out of it. And we want you all to give your best shot for your CET so that we get the best talents in our campus. We have always believing in harnessing the best talents and always believed in giving the best for our students. So let's believe together that yes, we all can achieve it together, inspiring you people that yes, we could achieve and we could move ahead together from here. So for today, we have the first session to be taken by Professor Ranjit More. He would be talking more about your arithmetics and verbal part. So he would be grooming you for the same for the next 1.5 hours. So whatever queries and questions you would be having for the same, please feel free that you could be getting in touch with him also, as well as use your chat box to inquire whatever queries you have. Okay, so let's start the session with full energy, and for the next 6 days, be there connected so that we could get the best from us. You can get whatever you feel is required for the preparation of your CET. Okay, thank you very much. And I invite Professor Ranjit More to take on the session here from here. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ranjit More from BBA Department, Indira College of Commerce and Science. And today we'll talk about the verbal reasoning numericals. As far as verbal reasoning numericals are concerned, we have different types of numericals, such as syllogism numericals are there, number series are there, then logical reasoning problems that are associated with data sufficiency, data interpretation. After that, blood relation numericals are there. Uh, if we see the previous question paper, the most of the numericals were based on blood relations. Then second was direction sense, and third was data interpretation. Out of those 30 marks of verbal reasoning and arithmetical reasoning, the most important focus was on the blood relation numericals, direction sense numericals, and data interpretation. So in today's lecture, we'll see various numericals that are based on verbal reasoning, and that too associated with the direction sense. So starting with my PPT. Sound. Okay. Starting with the basics, these things you must know before starting with the direction sense problems. There are four main directions: east, west, north, and south. And north will be in the upward direction, south will be in the downward direction. On the right hand side, it will be east, and on the left hand side, it will be west. If we see the main directions, the angle between this north and east is 90°, south and east 90°, west and south 90°, and north and west also 90°. So total 360° angles will be there. Whereas in different two sides, we have 90° angles. Whereas if we see the cardinal directions, in cardinal directions, in between each two sides, there will be cardinal directions. Between north and east, there is northeast. Between east and south, southeast. Between west and south, it is southwest. And between north and west, it is northwest. Again, the 90° angle between north and east, if we see, is divided into two parts. So 45-45° angles will be there between cardinal directions and main directions. This, the basic information you must have while you are solving the direction sense problems. And moving towards the next PPT, the rules which you have to remember whenever you are solving the direction problems. First rule is, at the time of sunrise, if man stands facing the east, his shadow will be at the west. Whatever the direction man is facing, if he's standing in the any direction and the sun rises in the west, his shadow will be in the west of the direction. Then second is, at the time of sunset, shadow of an object will always be in the east side. These two rules you have to remember whenever you are solving problems that are based on the direction sense and that are two based on the shadow part. Then third one is if a man stands facing the north at the time of sunrise, his shadow will be towards his left. At the time of sunset, shadow will be towards his right. This is the third rule to be remembered. And the fourth one, at 12 noon, the rays of the sun are vertically downward. So there will not be any shadow of any object. At 12 noon, the rays of the sun will be vertically downwards. Therefore, there will not be any shadow. These four rules, take a screenshot of this so that it will be helpful to you when we are solving the further numericals. Starting with the numericals, see what we'll do. 5 numericals. I'll tell you how to solve these numericals, what tricks to be applied. And after that, for next 10 numericals, I'll give you 2 minutes time to solve the numericals, and then I'll give you the solution. And after that, next 10 numericals, what we'll do, we'll give only 1 minute time, and then we'll give the solution to that. I hope this is okay with you. The first question, Shiva starting from his house goes 5 kilometers in the east and then turns to his left and goes 4 kilometers. Finally, he turns to his left and goes 5 kilometers. And now how far is he from his house and in what direction? This is the question. See what Shiva has done. He is starting from his house and goes 5 kilometers in the east. If we see, north is in the upward direction, south is in the downward direction, east in the right hand side, and west in the left hand side. What they have given, Shiva starting from his house goes 5 kilometers in the east. 5 kilometers in the east, that means we have to go in the right hand direction. We have to go in the right hand direction. For how much? It is 5 kilometers in the east. So 5 kilometers, we need to go in the east direction, and then he turns to his left. When he is in the right direction and he is towards east and he is turning to the left hand side, he will go in the upward direction. When it turns to the left, he will go in the upward direction. So moving to the solution of this, see, first he's starting from his house. This house, we can say, is here. From this right hand side, due to east, 5 kilometers he is walking. After that, he is turning left and going 4 kilometers from that. And last one is he is again taking left turn and moving towards west side and going 5 kilometers away. Now, if we see the starting point, that is his house, is 4 kilometers away from his end point. Because if we draw a straight line from starting point to end point, what will happen? The rectangle will get formed and opposite sides will be same. Therefore, 4 kilometers will be the distance from his starting point to the end point. And in which direction he is from his house? His house is here and end point is in upward direction. Therefore, he is moving towards north. He is towards north from the house. At the end point, he is at the north from the starting point. That means answer will be his distance from starting point to end point is 4 kilometers, and he is now in the north direction from the starting point. This was the solution for first problem. This was basic problem, easy one. And now when we move further, we'll get to know how medium and difficult level problems are there. Moving towards the second one. You can read this. Suresh, starting from his house, goes 4 kilometers in the east. Then he turns to his right and goes 3 kilometers. After that, they are saying what minimum distance will be covered by him to come back to his house. Again, he is starting from his house, so, and moving 4 kilometers in the east, 4 kilometers in the east, then he turns to his right. When he's turning towards right direction, that means we have to go in the downward direction. From arrow point, we have to go in the downward direction. And then he goes 3 kilometers. And what we have to find out is what minimum distance will be covered by him to come back to his house. Looking at the solution. Now, the house is there. From house, he has moved 4 kilometers in the east direction. After that, in the second step, what they have done, that person has moved 3 kilometers in the right direction. In the right direction means towards downward direction. And they are saying what is the minimum distance from his starting point or from his house now he is. If we draw inclined line to join the starting point, this starting point and end point, this will create a right angle triangle. And whenever we see right angle triangle, what we have to use is Pythagoras theorem. In Pythagoras theorem, we need to find out minimum distance. That minimum distance will be considered as x, and base is 4 kilometers and the perpendicular is 3 kilometers. We have to find out value of x, which is the minimum distance from his house. So minimum distance is equal to base square plus perpendicular square, and minimum distance is nothing but the hypotenuse. So using the Pythagoras theorem, what we get, under root 4 square plus 3 square, 4 square is 16 plus 3 square is 9, which is equal to square root of 25, which is 5 kilometers. So final answer will be that person is at 5 kilometers minimum distance from his house, because first he have gone in the direction of east for 4 kilometers, then he turned right in the 3 kilometers, and we have to find out the minimum distance between starting point and end point, which was hypotenuse. We have considered this as x, and value of x is 5. So final solution, final answer for this question will be 5 kilometers. Starting with the next problem. What they're saying, one morning after sunrise, Zuhi, while going to school, met Lali at Boring Road crossing. Lali's shadow was exactly to the right of Juhi. If they were face to face, which direction was Zuhi facing? Now, for this, we have to understand what rules I have given in the second slide. We'll see those rules again. See, at the time of sunrise, if a man stands facing east, his shadow will be towards west. That was the first rule. Second rule, at the time of sunset, the shadow of an object is always in the east. At the time of sunset, shadow will be in the east. And no matter in what direction the object is facing, that object's shadow will be in the east at the time of sunset, and at the time of sunrise, that shadow will be towards the west. Now, these rules we have to use in this problem, problem number 3. Again, with reading this question, one morning after sunrise. After sunrise means whatever the object is there, the shadow will be on the west. Juhi, while going to school, met Lali at Boring Road crossing, and Lali's shadow was exactly to the right of Juhi. If they were face to face, which direction was Juhi facing? Now, what the important information given is the Lali's shadow was exactly to the right of Juhi. If we see the solution, in the morning shadow falls towards west. Now, Lali's shadow falls to the right of Juhi. To the right of Juhi, that means Juhi is facing south and Juhi's right will be on the west. Juhi's right will be on the west. Therefore, we can say that Juhi is facing south and that Lali is facing north. If Lali is facing north, the shadow will be on the west side, and west will be the right side of the Juhi. West will be the right side of Juhi, who is facing south. Therefore, we can say that Juhi is facing south. In the morning, every time we can say that morning, the shadow will be on the west side, but west is right of Juhi. And as right of Juhi, that means Juhi is facing south. This was the solution for third one. Starting with the fourth numerical, Hema, starting from her house, walked 5 kilometers to reach the crossing of palace. In which direction she was going, the road opposite to this direction goes to hospital. The road to the right goes to station. If the road which goes to station is just opposite to road which IT park is there, then in which direction to Hema is the road which goes to IT park? Now in this question, we'll go sentence by sentence. We'll see what exactly is given. Hema starting from her house. It is given Hema starting from her house. That means suppose this is the house and they have not mentioned in which direction Hema is starting. So we'll take a right hand side. We'll suppose that Hema is moving in the right direction. Hema, starting from her house, walked 5 kilometers to reach the crossing of palace. So here, this is a crossing. In which direction she was going, the road opposite to this direction goes to hospital. That means in this direction, there is hospital. After that, what they are saying in the next sentence, the road to the right goes to station. That means here is Hema and his right hand side will be in this direction. In the right hand side, there will be a station. After that, next sentence, they are saying if the road which goes to station is just opposite to road which goes to IT park, that means opposite to station, the road will be going towards IT park. This is the diagram we have got by reading each and every sentence. Now, what they are saying, then which direction to Hema is the road which goes to IT park. Now, Hema is moving in this direction. On her right hand side, station is there. On left hand side, IT park is there. And in front of her, the road goes to the hospital. That means what will be the answer for this question? In which direction? Question is in which direction the Hema is the road? In which direction to Hema is the road which goes to IT park? That means answer will be left of Hema. You can see the better picture in this solution. Hema goes in the right direction 5 kilometers from her house. Then in the opposite direction, hospital is there. In the right direction, hospital is there. Then station road and IT park. So we can say that if Hema is moving in this direction, on her left, there is IT park. So what will be the answer for this question? It is clear that road which goes to IT park is left to Hema. I hope this is clear to you. Moving towards problem number 5. This will be the last problem that I'll explain to you. After that, what we'll do, for next 10 problems, I'll give you time of 2 minutes. You have to solve numericals on your own. And after 2 minutes, I'll give you the solution. I'll explain how that particular answer is there. So this is the last problem that I'm going to explain you. After that, you will solve on your own and then we'll see the solution. Problem number 5. Neha walked 2 kilometers west of her house, then turned south, covering 4 kilometers. Finally, she moved 3 kilometers towards east and then again 1 kilometer west. How far is she from her initial position? Now, in this question, we'll go again sentence by sentence what they are saying. Neha walked 2 kilometers in the west. Suppose this is the starting point of Neha. 2 kilometers in the west, that means in the left hand direction, because if we see, this is north, west, east, and in the downward direction in the south. Now Neha moving in the west direction for 2 kilometers. After that, turning towards south. South means in downward direction for 4 kilometers. After that, she moved 3 kilometers towards east. 3 kilometers towards east. And then again 1 kilometers towards west. That means she is returning back 1 kilometer towards west. How far is she from initial position is the question asked. Options are given 7 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 and 12 kilometers. 4 options are given. We'll see the solution. The next slide. Yes. Neha is starting from her house. It is given. This is the starting point A. Then after that, she's moving 2 kilometers up to point B. Then moving in the south direction, 4 kilometers up to point C. Then moving towards east, 3 kilometers. And then turning back 1 kilometer towards west. This is all given in the information. And what they are saying, what is the distance from the starting point? If we see, again, rectangle has been formed, because if we see point A and point E, opposite sides are same. So 4 kilometers, 4 kilometers. So distance between starting point and end point will be 4 kilometers. That will be your answer number C. So correct option will be C. An explanation is this. When she's returning back from D to E, the distance is 1 kilometer and therefore this has formed the rectangle. 2 kilometers horizontal distance, 4 kilometers vertical distance from B to C, and again to 3 kilometers she has moved from C to D and returning back from D to E, again horizontal distance 1 kilometer. Therefore, that vertical distance from A to E is 4 kilometers. So answer will be C, 4 kilometers. Now, the sixth problem, you have rules given. You have basic things of direction, all northeast, west, and south, and then cardinal directions also, southeast, northeast, northwest, and southwest. All 8 directions you know. Apply this knowledge to this sixth question and try to find out answer for sixth question. I'll give you 2 minutes to solve this, and after that, I'll give you the solution. Okay. The problem is Shweta moved a distance of 75 meters towards north. She then turned to the left and walking for about 25 meters, then turned left again and walked 80 meters. Finally, she turned to the right at an angle of 45 degree. In which direction was she moving finally? So, looking at this solution, she started moving from point A and she has moved 75 meters up to B in the upward direction. After that, turned left. That means from B to C, 25 meters up to C. Then she turned left and moved 80 meters. From C to D, you can see in this diagram. And then she turned at an angle of 45 degree from D to E. That means from D to E, the line is inclined and it is inclined in the left hand direction and it goes in the downwards. That means it is between in this direction. This is west, this is south. So the option will be southwest. That will be the correct option. So answer is B, southwest. DE is moving downwards in the left hand direction. Therefore, the direction between south and east, the cardinal direction will be southwest. So answer will be southwest for this. Next one is seventh one. Again, take 2 minutes and try to solve this. Then we'll see the solution for this. The students will see the solution for this. What they have given, will read sentence by sentence. Varun faces towards north and turning to his right. If he is facing north and turning to his right, that means he is going towards east. He walks 25 meters. He then turns to his left and walks 30 meters. If he is moving in the east direction and turns to the left, that means he is moving towards north. Next, he moves 25 meters to his right. He then turns to his right again and walks 55 meters. Finally, he turns to the right and moves 40 meters. In which direction is he now from his starting point? That they're asking. So we'll see the solution for this. First one, starting from point A. This is the starting point. From A, he is moving towards east. that is in the right hand direction. If he is facing north, in the right hand direction, it will be east, moving 25 meters. After that, from B to C, he is moving from B to C, he is moving 30 meters, then turns right, moving 25 meters, then again turns right, moving 55 meters, and then turns to the left and goes 40 meters again. Now this is the end point F, and this is the starting point A. If we draw a straight line from A to E, in which direction that line goes? Downwards and in the right hand side. Downwards and in the right hand side, that means if we draw directions and cardinal directions, this is east, this is west, sorry, this is south. So what will be the answer? If starting point is A and end point is F, that means this direction is southeast, and southeast is the option number A. So what is the final answer? Final answer is A, southeast. Moving towards problem number 8. Now what I'll do, I'll give you a 1 minute time only. You're familiar with the directions, you're familiar with the tricks how to solve this. So solve this in 1 minute and then we'll see the solution for this. Y is in the east of X, which is in the north of Z. If P is in the south of Z, then in which direction of Y is P? So what we have to do is, you have to take it sentence by sentence and try to draw a diagram for this. Then we'll see what is the final answer. Okay, see the answer for this. What they are saying, Y is in the east of X. In the east of X, that means X will be on the left hand side of Y, because this is east, north, west, and south. So what they are saying, Y is in the east of X. That means X is here and Y is here. So Y is in the east of X, which is on the north of Z. That means X is on the north of Z. Therefore, we have taken X on upward direction of Z. And then they're saying P in the south of Z. P in the south of Z, that means from Z, P is in the downward direction. Now what they are saying, what is the direction of P from Y? From Y, that means from this point, we need to go downward and in the left hand side. If we go downward in the left hand side, that means we need to go in this direction. So this will be southwest direction. So P is in the southwest direction of Y. That will be the final answer of your question. Moving towards problem number 9. Again, take 1 minute to solve, and then we'll see the solution. A man walks 5 kilometers towards south and then turns to the right. After walking 3 kilometers, he turns to left and walks 5 kilometers. And now, in which direction is he from starting place? Go sentence by sentence, try to draw a diagram, and then we'll check the answer. Okay, we'll see the solution for this. A man walks 5 kilometers towards south. That means first we have to go in the downward direction, then turns right. See, starting point is A. After that, in the south direction up to B. After that, 3 kilometers in the right hand side, and then in the left hand side, 5 kilometers. If we see the starting point, which is A, and end point, which is D, the direction will be in the downward direction and on the left hand side. So this will be the direction. This is west. This is south. So cardinal direction southwest will be the answer. Option D, which is southwest. I hope you're understanding this. Then moving towards problem number 10. Again, take 1 minute and try to solve this. This is somewhat difficult, somewhat different problem. Whatever we have solved, other problems, other 9 problems, this is different from this, but try to solve this. We'll see the solution for this. Hmm? Okay, the question is Rahul put his timepiece on the table in such a way that at 6 p.m., our hand points towards north. In which direction the minute hand will point at 9:15 p.m.? I'll repeat the question. Rahul put his timepiece on the table in such a way that at 6 p.m., our hand points towards north, and in which direction the minute hand will be pointed at 9:15 p.m. This is the question. We'll see the solution for this. See, in the 6 p.m., our hand points towards north. If we normally see, the clock, here will be 12, then 6, and this will be the 6 p.m. In 6 p.m., this is minute hand pointed towards 12, and this is hour hand pointed towards 6. But what they are saying, the hour hand is pointed towards north. They are saying exactly opposite to this. That means timepiece is placed in such a way that 6 comes on north direction in this way. Therefore, at 9:15, what it will be? Exactly opposite to 9:15. If we see 9:15 like this, 9 will be here and 15, that means 3. This will be our hour hand. This will be minute hand. Hour hand at 9, and on 3, there will be a minute hand. But as it is exactly opposite to that, here we can see that 3 is on the left hand side and 9 is on the right hand side, exactly opposite to that. So in which direction the minute hand is? On 3, that means in the west direction. And this is what they are asking about. In which direction the minute hand will point at 9:15? Because he has put that timepiece exactly opposite, because 6 is in the north. Normally what happens? 12 is in the north direction. But here 6 is in the north direction, that means exactly opposite to the normal situation. So at 9:15, again we'll take exactly opposite situation. In that case, 3 will be on the left hand side and 9 will be on the right hand side. So minute hand will be towards 3 and minute hand will be towards west direction. So option is D. Problem number 11. I'll again read this question. Pankaj is facing west. He turns 45 degrees in the clockwise direction, and then again another turn with 180 degree in the same direction, that is clockwise direction. After that, he turns 270 degree in anti-clockwise direction. Which direction is he facing now? Which direction is he facing now? Pankaj is facing west. He turns 45 degree in the clockwise direction, and then again he takes another turn of 180 degree in the same direction, that is clockwise direction. After that, he turns 270 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. And they are asking what direction is he facing now. Try to solve this. Take a time for 30 minutes, sorry, 30 seconds, and try to solve this. Okay, students will see the solution for this. Pankaj is facing west. Pankaj is facing west and he turns 45 degrees in the clockwise direction. Clockwise direction means in this direction he is going 45 degrees. So 45 degrees will be in this direction now. After that, 180 degree in the same direction. That means clockwise 180 degree. Clockwise 180 degree means exact straight line for 180 degree in the clockwise direction in this direction. And last one, he turns to 70 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. Here it will be 180 degree. Now he has to return back in 270 degree anti-clockwise direction and then 180 and this will be 270 degree. 180 plus 90 it is 270. This will be a right angle triangle. So 270 degree in which direction he is facing now? This is west, this is south. So answer is southwest. See, here you can see the exact diagram. He is facing west, that means at point A. After that, 45 degree at point B. Then 180 degree, exactly opposite direction. From B, it is C, 180 degree. And after that, 270 returning back again in the anti-clockwise direction. And final position is D. So at D, Pankaj is facing in the southwest direction. So option is C. This is the correct option. Problem number 12. Again, take 30 seconds and try to solve this. I'll just read out the problem. Lakshman went 15 kilometers to north, then he turned west and covered 10 kilometers. Then he turned south and covered 5 kilometers, finally turning to east and he covered 10 kilometers. In which direction is he moving now? This is the question. Try to solve, take 30 seconds. It is very easy problem now. Problem. Okay. Solution to this problem, Lakshman went 15 kilometers to north and then he turned west. That means, see, a starting point of Lakshman, then 50 kilometers in the north. After that, in the left hand side, 10 kilometers. Again, left hand side, 5 kilometers. Then 10 kilometers in the east. And this is the final position. So what will be the solution? Answer is in which direction is he moving now? So final will be 10 kilometers in the east direction. So final answer will be east, option A. You can refer this diagram, starting point of Lakshman, then moving 15 kilometers north, taking left turn 10 kilometers, again left turn 5 kilometers, and then last turn will be towards east 10 kilometers. In the right hand direction, we can see 10 kilometers. So finally, he is facing east. Problem number 13. Take 30 seconds and try to solve this. X walks southwards and then turns right, then turns left, and then again right. In which direction is he moving now? Quickly draw the diagram and tell the answer. Okay, we'll see the solution. X walks southwards. Southwards means he's going downward direction. We'll see, yes, in southwards. After that, taking turn to the right. After that, left turn. And again, right turn. Now, in which direction he is facing now? In the end, his direction is west. So final answer is west, option C. Problem number 14. Try to solve this. We'll see the solution after 30 seconds. We're starting with the solution. Mr. Raman starts walking in the morning, facing the sun. Facing the sun means he is going towards east. After some times he turned left. That means again to the north. After some times later, again he turned to his left. That means in the west direction. We'll see the diagram. Yes. Raman facing east, that means facing sun. So from starting point to A, after that he takes left turn and reaches to B, and again he takes left turn, reaches to C. And at C, the direction he is facing is west because he is facing towards left. Therefore, answer will be C, west. I hope it is clear to you. Problem number 15. You go towards north. After some time, turn right, then go to the left. In which direction are you now? See whether you can solve this quickly. It won't take much time. See the answer from starting point to A, upwards north direction, taking right A to B, again right from B to C, and then left from C to D. Now, that person is facing at point D, is facing in the east direction. So option will be A. It was easy. Okay, now this is again the different question from whatever we have seen, the last 15 questions, this is the different question. Take 1 minute time and try to draw a diagram for this. 6 flats on a floor in 2 rows facing north and south are allotted. That means 3 facing north and 3 facing south. Flats are P, Q, R, S, T, and U. And written instructions are given. The main objective of this direction sense numericals is to get to know whether student is able to understand and interpret the written instructions. Whatever the written instructions are given, just read out those and try to solve this. After 1 minute, I'll give you the solution. This was the question asked in the CA Foundation exam.
Sir, authenticated.
Okay, students, see the answer. We'll go again sentence by sentence. 6 flats on the floor in 2 rows, facing north and south. We'll draw 2 rows. P, Q, R, S, T, and U are the flats. If Q gets north facing, that means suppose Q is here and it is north facing. That means facing north. And these are south facing, exactly opposite to that, south facing. Is not next to S. That means S will not be in this direction, either on the right hand side of the Q or left hand side of the Q. S will not be there. S and U get diagonally opposite flats. That means if suppose this is S, this is U, they are diagonally opposite. That means any one of them will be south facing. That we are not aware right now. In the next sentence that they are saying R next to U gets south facing. That means U is south facing and R is also south facing. So what we'll do, we'll put S here. Sorry, U and R, because R is south facing and U and R adjacent to each other, because R next to U gets south facing. Now U is exactly diagonally opposite to S. So here we can say S is there. R is south facing, U is next to R, and U is diagonally opposite to S. And again, we are fulfilling this by saying Q is not exactly adjacent to S. Now, T gets a north facing flat. Now, Q and S are north facing, that is confirmed, and only one place is remaining for T because T is also north facing. So, and now only one place is remaining for south place. This is P. That means whose flat is between Q and S. So we can see T is having the T flat is between Q and S. We'll see the solution in better picture. See, Q is facing north. Q and S are not adjacent to each other. They are saying S and U are diagonally opposite. Again, if they are saying S and U are diagonally opposite, they are not saying S is in the north or U is in the south. They are not clearing this. In the next sentence, what they are saying, R, which is exactly adjacent to U, is south facing. That means U and R both are south facing. If U is south facing, exactly diagonally opposite is S, therefore S is north facing. And we have got this direction and we have got this diagram. So Q and S, and last sentence they are saying T is north facing. Only one place is remaining between Q and S for north facing flats, and therefore we have put T in between Q and S. Therefore we can say that T is the flat which is in between Q and S. So option A will be the answer for this question. Moving towards question number 17. Try to solve this. This is a regular question, so take time of 30 seconds and try to solve this. Okay, see the solution now. Starting point is O. Then what they are saying? Towards south. That means he is moving in the downward direction. In downward direction, 15 meters. He turns towards north. That means exactly opposite direction again. And walks 20 meters. That means only 5 meters. He has moved from original position now. Then turned left and walked 2 kilometers. Sorry. After 15 meters, he turns towards north. After walking 20 meters, he turns towards east and walks 10 meters. Okay, east means right hand direction, 10 meters. And after that, 5 meters. So now he is in which direction? So option is C, east. Because from O, that is starting point, and now that is end point, he is directed towards east. So final answer is C, east. Students, it's 10:25. So another faculty, Mr. Shantilal Galme, he is from BSc faculty. He will give you the basics about the arithmetics. So wait for 2-3 minutes. We'll be back.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, students. I am Shantilal Galmi from Indra College of Commerce and Science. Okay, working here as an assistant professor. Today, I will give you some brief introduction about the basics of mathematics, which will be help you to recall some important concepts from arithmetics of mathematics. Okay. First, we'll start with the very basic from number system. Okay. In number system, origin of number system is a natural numbers. You know what is the natural numbers. Okay. Student, I will give you a brief introduction about the basics of mathematics. Then we'll discuss some important milestone
keywords in mathematics, okay, which will help you to crack any aptitude exam which is depends on mathematics. Okay, so first we'll start to introducing our number system. Then we'll look at Indian number system and then international number system. Okay, so number system, first number system start with the natural number. You know very well natural numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dash, 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 dash. Okay, and these natural numbers are these natural numbers are countable but infinite. There is no end for natural numbers. Okay, so after natural number, second number system is the whole number. Whole number, that means when we include 0 with natural number, the number system is nothing but whole numbers. Okay, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dash, 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 dash. This number system is known as whole number. After whole numbers, next number system is integers. Okay, in integers, positive natural numbers we can remember as a negative natural numbers with 0. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 continue in this way. Okay, that means there is no any end from right hand side as well as the left hand side whenever we will write all these numbers on line. Okay, so this number system is called as set of integers. Again, there are infinitely many integers. Okay. Next to the integer, next number system is rational numbers, then irrational number, then real numbers. Okay, rational number, the very well-known definition of rational number. Rational number means a number in the form P upon Q. P and Q are symbols only. P upon Q such that P comma Q, that means P and Q belongs to integers. That means definition of rational number is depends on integer. Okay, that means जो भी number हम choose कर रहे, this is from the integers. Okay, let me repeat the definition. A number in the form P upon Q, where P and Q are variables, and PQ belongs to set of integers, and Q is not equal to 0. That means denominator is not equal to 0. Such number is called as rational numbers. That means a number in the form P upon Q. Restriction, P and Q, numerator and denominator both belongs to set of integers, and denominator not equal to 0. If denominator equal to 0, you know this is the undefined concept. Okay, so P upon Q, PQ belongs to set of integers and Q is not equal to 0. For example, 2 upon 3, 4 upon 5, any natural number divided by any natural number, is this rational number? So answer is yes. Because of natural number, 0 nahi hai wahan pe. So any natural number divided by natural number, this is always a rational numbers. Okay, you can take the negative value -3/2. This is also a rational number. -4/5. This is also a rational numbers. Okay. So these are the some examples of rational number. Then irrational numbers. Now irrational number, you know, the some numbers like square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, or in general, you can call this as square root of P, where P is a prime number. We'll discuss about the prime number also later on. P is a prime number. Such form of a number, square root of P, where P is a prime number, is called as irrational numbers. Then small e also irrational number. Then pi is also irrational numbers. Pi, that means value 22/7 is also irrational number. We'll discuss about this also later on. Okay, so these are the irrational numbers, and then union of rational and irrational is nothing but the real number, and our mathematics starts from this point, real numbers. Okay, so which number system you have to recall, students, to attend any examinations after 10. Okay, so starting with the natural number, next whole number, next one is integers, then rational numbers, then irrational numbers, and then real numbers. Okay, after that also there is one number system called as a complex number, including in our syllabus. Is it okay? But not up to the 10th level or 10th level. Okay, so you will have questions up to real numbers only. Natural number, whole numbers, integers, rational, irrational, and real numbers. Okay, each and every question you will have depends on this number system only. Now, we will discuss few important points, important milestones of these number systems. Okay, starting with the natural number. In natural number, you have to know what is the meaning of prime number, then co-prime number. Okay, so what is the definition of prime number? A number which is a natural number which is divisible by one and number itself. This is called as the prime number. For example, take the number 2. Okay, 2 is divisible by 2 and 1. So that's why 2 is a prime number. 3 is also prime number. 3 is divisible by 1 and 3. 3 is a prime number. Similarly, 17 is divisible by 1 and 17. So 17 is also a prime number. Continue this way, you can find out the list of prime numbers. Okay. For first things, try to identify all prime number lies between 1 to 100. Okay, this will be sufficient to understand the definition of prime number. Let me repeat once again. What is the definition of prime number? A number which is divisible by one and number itself. Is it okay? For basic level, you can convert, you can take numbers from natural numbers. This is called as prime number. The next opposite to prime number, next concept is the composite number. Okay, composite number. Some author called a number which is not a natural number, which is not a prime number. This is called as a composite number, but this is not true. Okay, because of one is there. And what is the history of one? Important things. One is not a prime number as well as a composite number. Is it okay? We start prime and composite from 2. Okay, so composite number, that means a natural number which has more than 2 divisor. This is called as the composite number. For example, take the 2. 2 is not a composite number because of 2 has the only 2 divisor, 1 and 2. Okay, 3 same things, prime number. 4. Okay, 4 is not a prime number. Why? 4 has divisor 1, 2 and 4. That's why 4 is not a prime number. 4 is a composite number. Similarly, 6 is a composite number. What are the divisors of 6? 1, 2, 3 and 6. 6 is not a prime number. 6 is a composite number. Similarly, 10. Okay. And one more important thing, students, you may have question depends on, this is very basic questions, okay, about the 2 number. Okay. Very important things related to 2. 2 is the only one even prime number. In mathematics, there is no any other even prime number. 2 is the only even prime number. Remaining all prime numbers are odd prime numbers. Okay. So try to remember this history about the 2 and prime numbers. Remaining all prime numbers are odd prime numbers. Okay. So for basic level, you can write the numbers from 1 to 100. Is it okay? Then circle the prime numbers and then cross the composite numbers, and remember only one is not a prime number as well as a composite numbers. Okay. So this is about the prime number, composite number. Next concept is, you may have question depends on the co-prime also, which is related to prime. What is meant by the co-prime? Co-prime means take any 2 numbers, students. Take any 2 number and find their GCD. You can call this SCF also, highest common factor, or GCD is the greatest common factor. Okay. And whenever you will get highest common factor or GCD is 1, these 2 numbers are called as the co-prime numbers. Now, don't get confusion in between prime and co-prime. Prime is related to, prime concept is related to only one number, and co-prime, this concept is related to 2 numbers. Okay, we are talking about the natural numbers. For example, take the numbers 2 and 5. Okay, 2 itself is a prime number, 5 itself is a prime number, but GCD or SCF of 2 and 5 is 1. That's why 2 and 5 are co-prime numbers. Next example, take 3 and 10. Is it okay? 3 is a prime number, but you know 10 is not a prime number. 10 is not a prime number. And what is the GCD of 3 and 10 is again 1. So that's why 3 and 10 also are the co-prime numbers. You may have question. Identify the pair of co-prime numbers from following options. Okay. So you have to check only their GCD or SCF. Whenever you will get GCD is equal to 1 or SCF is equal to 1, this is your correct option. These 2 numbers are co-prime numbers. Okay, so prime numbers, you know what is the prime number, you know what is the co-prime numbers, and you know what is the composites numbers. Okay, then divisors. Basically, our divisors, a number which is divide the given number and remainder is equal to 0. This is called as the divisor. Okay, for example, 2 is the divisor of 10. Whenever 10 will be divided by 2, the quotient is 5 and remainder is equal to 0. So we call 2 is the proper divisor of 10. Again, there is two things, proper and improper. Okay, if the number is less than or equal to given number and divisor of given number, this is called as the proper divisor. For example, let me take the example 6. We'll find the divisor of 6. What are the divisors of 6? 1, then 2, then 3, and then 6. These are the divisor of 6. But 6 is equal to 6. So remove 6. Remaining 3 divisors 1, 3, and 2. These are the proper divisor of 6. And related to this concept, there is again one beautiful definition in mathematics, which is known as the perfect number. What is the perfect number? You may have question. What is the perfect number from the given following 4 numbers? Suppose let me give the numbers 4, 5, 6, 7. Options are 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, what is the definition of perfect number? A addition or sum of proper divisor of given number is equal to given number. This is called as the perfect number. This is called as the perfect number. Okay. For example, let me take the example. First example is number 6. Find the proper divisor of 6. Proper divisor of 6, 1, 2, and then 3. Proper divisor of 6 is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So what is the addition of this? 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So total addition of proper divisor is equal to 6, and this is equal to the given number. That's why 6 is called as the perfect number. 6 is called as the perfect number. Okay. If you understood the definition of perfect number, let me give you another number and I will give you 2 minutes. Check is this perfect number or not. Take number is a 28. Everyone take your time. Check 21 is a perfect number. What is definition of perfect number? Addition of proper divisor of given number is equal to given number. Please check. Okay, one request from Patil. Patil says, please repeat the definition of perfect number. No problem. Listen. Definition of perfect number is when we take addition of proper divisor of given number and this is addition or this sum is equal to the given number is called as the perfect number. Okay. For example, take the first perfect number is 6. Okay. And proper divisor of 6 are 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So addition of these 3 number 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6, which is exactly equal to the given number. So that's why 6 is a perfect number. Okay. Now, second example, please check is 28 is a perfect number. I am waiting for your answer. Write your answer in chat box. Kuldeep, is it clear to you? Okay, so what is answer, students? So answer is yes. We don't have sufficient times. Okay. So answer is yes. So 28 is also a perfect number. You can find the all divisor of 28 and do their sum. You will get sum of these all proper divisors of 28 is equal to 28. So 28 is also a perfect numbers. Okay. So these are the key points of number system, students. Key points of number system. Yes, very good. Okay. Some students are requesting show PPT. Students, this is the introductory lecture tomorrow. I will take 30 minutes only. Okay. Tomorrow, I will solve each and every example on boards. Is it okay? I will give you all solutions in my lecture tomorrow. Okay. So today I will give you introduction only. Which concept, which key points you have to recall from mathematics. Okay. If you will get time today, please just go through the any mathematics books or you go through Google links or YouTube and just recall these key points of mathematics. Okay, let me repeat once again from mathematics, which points you have to recall. First, recall the number system starting with the natural number. Natural number, the next one is a whole number, next one is integers, next one is a rational number, and next one is a real numbers, which will help you to study arithmetics, mathematics. Okay. Now next, recall some points from geometry also, students. Okay. So geometry starting with the point, then straight line, then triangle, then circle, and all these things. Okay. So please read some basic properties of each and every geometrical objects. Okay. For example, whenever you will take the simple geometrical object triangle, let me give you one example. How you have to recall. Okay. Triangle. First, understand what is the definition of triangle. Understand the properties of triangle, which are best properties related to triangle. For example, triangle, that means there are 3 points, there are 3 sides. Okay. In between interior 3 angles. Okay. And best property related to interior angle, addition of all interior angle is equal to 180. Okay. Same things next. Then identify the some properties of triangles. Then SSS, that means side. That means congruent triangle. And then equivalent triangle. Then what is definition of the congruent triangle? What is definition of the equivalent triangles? Okay. And there are some properties, some tests related to these types of triangles. Okay. Next, go to the next object of polynomial is square. Then again, properties of squares, then related to angles, then related to their sides, and then what is the types of the squares. Okay, similarly, types of the triangles. Next, if you have interest, then you can go for pentagon also, then hexagon, heptagon, continue, additional gon. Okay, and then you can understand what is the theory behind the polygon. Polygon means n-gon. Exactly, what is the definition? Polygon. Now, polynomial and polygon difference. Okay, we are solving the polynomial equation from the standard 5th or standard 6th. Polynomial. I said polynomial equations. Is it okay? Polygon different, polynomial equation difference. Someone is writing their polynomial. That's why I will give you details about the polynomial and polygons. Okay. Okay, then polynomials, you can go for polynomials also, students. The what is the geometrical meaning of zeros and the zeros of a polynomials. Okay, then relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the polynomials. Tomorrow I will take all these points, students. Okay, I will take one example, depends on all these points. Okay, then next important arithmetic things depends on linear equations also, students. You can go for linear equations also. The equation of the line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Okay, straightforward. You may have a question from the followings, which are the equations of line, which are the equations of straight lines. Okay. Next, depends on the polygon. You can recall the quadratic equations also after the straight line. Next part is the 2-degree polynomial, means the quadratic equation. Then from the standards, standard 10 syllabus, you can recall the concept of arithmetic progression. We will have few questions depends on arithmetic progression. Then the as I said, the triangle, is it okay? Similarity of the triangles, then criteria for similarity of the triangles, then some good properties related to area of the triangles. How we can find the area of the triangles? You have to know 2, 3, 4, 5 formulas how we can find the area of the triangles. Okay, let me give you examples. First things, you know how we can find the area of the triangle if you know the base and height of the triangle. So your basic formula is area of the triangle is equal to 1/2 into base into height. Next, there is one formula which is related to determinant. If you know the concept of this determinant, so you have to first know the what is the vertices of the triangles. Suppose vertices of the triangle x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Then how we can find the area of the triangle? So area of the triangle is equal to 1/2 into determinant of first row is x1, y1, 1, second row is x2, y2, 1, third row is x3, y3, 1. If you have some knowledge about the determinant, then you can go for this second formula also. If you don't know, go for the third formula. You know the hero's formula, how we can find the area of the triangles if you know the sides of the triangles. Okay, then for to find the sides of the triangle, you have to know the what is the distance formula. If distance formula, to use hero's formula, we have to use the distance formula to find the length of the sides. Formula is like this. The suppose first point is x1, y1 and second point is x2, y2. Then distance between these 2 points, distance is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket squares. Okay. By using this formula, you can find the 3 sides of the triangles and recall this formula. Somewhat S is equal to A plus B plus C divided by 3. S is stands for semi-parameters. Is it okay? Then area is equal to square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, like this. Okay. So you may have question depends on simple formula 1/2 into base into height also, or depends on vertices also, or depends on sides also. So you have to know all these formulae related to area of the triangles. Okay, the next very well-known concept related to triangle is Pythagoras theorem. Is it okay? In right angle triangle, base square plus height square is equal to hypotenuse squares. And then trigonometry starts from Pythagoras. If you heard the name sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec, cot. So no need to recall this or no need to go for this trigonometry is okay. You will have questions on basic mathematics. Okay. Next thing, student, coordinate geometry. Please recall this concept, coordinate geometry. That means when we draw the two axes are perpendicular to each other, suppose their name is x-axis and y-axis, okay? They form 4 quadrant, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Is it okay? So how we can draw the straight line on this xy plane? Is it okay? This is called as the xy plane. Then how we can plot the point on x-axis, y-axis, then positive x-axis, positive y-axis, negative x-axis, negative y-axis. We will have some question depends on this coordinate geometry also. Is it okay? Then in coordinate geometry, again, you have to recall the formula of distance formula, then sections formula, again, some formulas related to triangles also. Okay. Then next, circle. Please recall this point, circle also. Is it okay? What is the concept of circle? There is fixed distance point, 1 point, and when we take distance is a radius, is it okay? And suppose we radius take 2.5 centimeter, then we can draw the circle. Is it okay? And some concept related to circle. What is the center? What is the radius of a circle? What is the circumference of a circle? What is the area of a circle? What is the sector of a circle? What is the arc of a circle? Okay. What is tangent of a circle? How many tangents we can draw from outside point to the circle? How many tangent we can draw from inside point to the circle? We can't draw. Okay. So please recall this basic concept related to circles. Is it okay? When we take one circle and when we take one outside point, so very good concept related to this. We can draw only 2 tangent from outside point to any circle. Is it okay? And these 2 tangents are equal. These 2 tangents are equal. Okay. So what is the relation between the radius and point of contact of that tangent? Okay. So student, please try to recall this concept related to circle also. Okay. Then next area related to circle, as I said, the sector, then segment of a circle, then areas of combinations of plane figures. Okay. Please recall these points. Okay. In next lecture, we will see example. Simple example depends on this. I will solve all examples on board also. Next things, if you have more interest in this area related questions, okay, you can go for surface area and volume also. Surface area and volume also. In plane figure, we can calculate the area. in 3 dimension, we can calculate the volume of geometrical object. Okay. And then next, some things related to statistics also. The good words from the statistics is mean, median, and mode. You can go for this study also, mean of group data, then how can we can find the mode of group data, the median of group data. Okay, then how we can do the graphical representation of somewhat like the cumulative frequency distributions. Okay, and some parts of probabilities. Okay, so these are the important points, students, you have to recall for any competitive exam which is depends on mathematics. Okay, for BBA and BBA CA entrance examination, I'm sure you will have few question depends on this. Is it okay? And arithmetic reasoning, you can cover total 30 marks, which is depends on your mathematical logic. Okay, so tomorrow we will go for some good questions and with options and how we can tackle the good options. Is it okay? First things, instead of writing the correct answer, how we can go for to cancel the wrong answers. Is it okay? These are the some good things related how we can obtain the objective exams. Okay, tomorrow we will discuss in details. Okay, so all details about tomorrow's lecture you will get through WhatsApp messages or email from our sites. Okay, if you have any query about today's lectures or if you required more information regarding any mathematical topics, okay, you can write email, you can write a message, you can WhatsApp us from given group. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's have 2 or 3 minutes. I will take few questions. If you have any doubts related to today's topics, please write in your chat box. Rahul Singh says, sir, please repeat the definition of example. Rahul, tomorrow I will give you definition and a few objective type questions and their explanations in tomorrow's lectures. Anyone else? Let me check chat box. Okay, no more questions. Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.